Welcome to the brand new Wranglerstar Wilderness Survival Testing Grounds. Now, I haven't intentionally got myself lost in the great rainforests of the Pacific Northwest. Now, I'm not entirely lost. I do have breadcrumbs running on my phone through my Gaia app, but I haven't looked at it, and I won't until I want to get myself out of here to do a real-world test on one of the most expensive all-in-one survival tools on Amazon. Mosquitoes. And that is the survival shovel. This looks like the perfect spot right by these giant cedars and the babbling brook. A survival tool needs to be able to pass my test. And my test is, with no help from any outside tools, it needs to be able to go with you into the forest, process firewood, assist you in starting a fire, and ultimately boiling a cup of tea. Oh, you always kneel on a rock. Those three things are survival shovel, which we'll break down here in a minute, pint of water via U.S. Forest Service Wildland Firefighter special issue bottle. I'm partial to this is the best shape for a water bottle. And my zebra pot, or it's a nod to our British friends, zebra. Let's have a look at our survival tool before we set off on our skills test. So it came in this green case, a couple different compartments. I did bring some tinder as well. I brought some dryer lint. I can get a fire going out here, but to expedite it, that just makes things a whole lot simpler. And it all fits in this compact kit. The quality of the bag, it's not great. It's definitely not great. And looks like we have what 6 pieces. All right, let's start with the shovel head itself here. The shovel head appears to have its own sheath, and I'm sure that's because it's probably sharp. They claim, the manufacturer, that it could be a replacement for an axe, and we will see today, won't we? So we have something that looks like it's stainless steel. A bunch of holes in it. Looks like it's been skeletonized there to lighten itself up. You've got treads there, so you could stomp it in with a boot. Yeah, looks like a bat. So this here has got looks like a detent. Oh, I believe that's a wire cutter right there as well. I wish we had some wire to test with that. Yeah, that's what that is. And the detent feels pretty good. So you can operate it like a traditional army shovel in multiple different configurations right there. Okay, we got that. All right, we have also 5 pieces here. We'll start with the base, or would be the end of the handle. That's a screw. That's a 1/4-20 there for. You could screw it into your camera. I think that's kind of a strange feature on a survival tool, but that's what it is. Here's our fire steel, our magnesium rod. We'll be testing that today. The machining on this is very nice. The coating is very nice. The threads are nice. It's pretty thick. It feels pretty good, actually. But that's a long handle. Here we have on this end a whistle. This is a survival whistle. As we know, you can't shout for very long or very loud. A whistle carries much further. How loud is it? Oh, it's ear-piercing loud. So that's a big win. You can take the whistle out. If you wanted to pack it around in your pocket, I'd probably keep it in there. So that's a nice benefit. And it's not plastic, so it's all aluminum. Very lightweight. Next section, I don't know what that would be. Looks like this one breaks in half again. A lot of failure points here. Okay, so here's our survival knife. We have a kind of a tonto blade. It's not sharpened on the ends. It's only sharpened here in the middle. We have some serrations that are not great, but it is reasonably sharp, but it's very wimpy. I feel like I could break it. I know I could break it with my hands right there. That's not ideal for a survival knife, but I guess it's better than none. We'll see. We'll see how it batons. And then the final 2 sections are just extensions, and there's nothing there. So since it says pinch point, let's put it together. I'm assuming that this goes on first. It's got some silicone rubber grip stuff there, which slides around, so it's not really of any use. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Using this as an axe is going to be very painful. All that energy is going to be transferred through that aluminum into the hand, and I'm not looking forward to that. Our first task is to start a fire. I've broken the tool up into 2 separate tools, which is kind of handy. It actually makes a handsome looking little knife, although a terrible knife, as we discussed earlier there. The head is a bit wobbly. I'm not looking forward to processing firewood with this, but even with the knife removed, it still has a fairly long handle, which should be adequate. And of course, the first thing we need to do when looking to start a fire, if you were lost, is standing deadwood. Standing deadwood is the only thing that will burn, especially in a rainforest. Everything on the ground is wet. You can't get green trees to burn, so this is a perfect one right here, and about as big as my forearm. I'm not chopping nothing until you hit that thumbs up button. I'll wait. I've got all day. All right, have you done it? Here we go. So it spins. Oh, it's terribly painful on the hands. All right. That is, without a doubt, the worst tree chopping experience I've ever had. Just from that experience alone, I now have carpal tunnel and cancer. Goodness, even knocked my teapot over here. Goodness, that's the last thing I'm chopping. That's the last thing I'm chopping with this tool. These cable saw tools, as anyone knows who's used one, are not exactly excellent for processing firewood. But that's what we have now. I'm not chopping with that anymore. Let's see if we can cut our first piece here. All right, I remember. Now, with the cable saws, they'll break your fingers. They're very uncomfortable. So the trick is you take a small stick and you insert the stick into the ring and you split it like this, and that would give you more pulling force, as well as it's more effective. Okay, so that's a fail. One feature the survival shovel has that does work in our favor is it's going to be good for grubbing, right? We can turn it into that 90-degree profile there, like a military shovel. Of course, we want to, oh, it always comes unscrewed. We need to scrape down to mineral soil. I've gathered up a bunch of small sticks and logs. I found a piece of, there's a fire ring over by the creek there, and someone left some firewood chunks in there. Hey, if it's in the forest, on the forest floor, it's not off limits. If I needed to split, man, this thing's terrible. I mean, it's not, you can't safely do it, to be honest. So that leaves us with, well, with batoning, right? You know, since we don't have a saw, we can't really cut anything to baton with. So we'll, here's what we'll do. We'll unscrew a section of this handle. We're improvising here, guys. And we'll use that. We'll see how tough that knife is. The wood's pretty dry and I need it, or we'll be here all day. I don't know about this knife design, guys. It is pretty anemic, but it's getting it done. We gotta give credit to that. If we can baton a few more times, then we can shave the rest of it. As I said, I did bring a fistful of dryer lint, which is a great fire starter here. Now you can use sap in different things, but just to expedite it here, I'm going to put a base of that down there. That'll help to catch the spark from the included fire steel. Well, friends, we did indeed. We were able to get a fire going with the fire steel and the included knife. But I also found some dry stuff that someone had packed in here for a ring fire. You know what, to be honest with you, the thought of using this knife any further and trying to actually do anything without a saw and build a stand to boil my pot and all that is pointless. It's just not usable. It's not a safe knife to use. I feel like it's going to break and slip on my hand, and I have no way I have no saw. So I can't, and I'm not chopping. I refuse to chop with this thing anymore, and the knife is not suitable. It's just too delicate and too small. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is not a real survival tool. Was there any question, really? You know, I mean, I was trying to be open-minded, but I think we all knew what was going to happen. The lack of a saw is what has ended the video. They put, even if it was just a basic one like we saw in the Combar tool, we were able to use that and to finish our video and to make a proper pot holder. But with this and the cable saw as a total fail, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here, because this thing is terrible and not suitable for anything. And at $250, and that's what I paid for it. This is not a product endorsement. I bought it online, and that's what it came out to. When I purchased it, was $250. That is $250 to be better spent keeping that fire warm, to be honest with you. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.